Hello, Cowlitz County. Hello, Wahkiakum County. This is Father Bryan, and this is your update for May 28th. And yes, by now you likely know that Governor Inslee has changed some restrictions on churches and other houses of worship. In fact, effective immediately, churches are allowed to meet, of course, with certain guidelines in place. But I want to be clear, unfortunately, we're not ready yet. All right, there will not be Mass in our local parishes this weekend. And honestly, I'm not even sure if we'll be ready next weekend, okay? Not only are we going to strive for the governor's guidelines, but the Archdiocese has guidelines that we also are going to need to abide by. And some of those guidelines are even more strict than the governor's. Now, if I look tired right now, I've been in virtual meetings all day about this. These meetings are exhausting, and I can tell you the amount of work that's going to go into getting public masses up and running is significant. We need to make detailed plans, and then we need to execute those plans. And I'll tell you, these types of tasks, they're not my strengths. So yeah, I'm a little stressed, but I'm not that stressed. And the reason I'm not that stressed is because we have an awesome staff. Here at our local parish, we have amazing staff members. We also have an awesome archdiocese. And staff at the Chancery has gone far beyond anything I ever would have expected. They've been awesome. We also have awesome parishioners who are going to step up and volunteer. So many people who are already saying, Father, just tell me what to do, okay? And we also have some awesome people from around the area from other parishes who are going to help us out. If this was all on me, I'd really be stressed. But there's so many other people stepping up to help that it's not going to be that tough, but it is going to take time. And so I want to reiterate, the size of this county is such that a significant outbreak in one of our parishes would have a very significant impact on this community. All right, if 10 to 15 parishioners became ill, first of all, I'd be devastated about that. And if anyone got sick and died because I cut corners, or I took shortcuts, or I dismissed some of these precautions, that would stay on my conscience for a very long time. Beyond that, if 10 to 15 parishioners got sick, that could seriously harm the economic recovery in our county. If that happened because I was lazy or because I rushed to get back to normal, I would also not want that on my conscience. Furthermore, if it was traced to our parish, it would not be good PR. It would not be good publicity. It would give our parishes a horrible reputation, and in this area that could last for decades. So if something bad does happen, I want to be able to say, look, here is everything that we did. It might not satisfy other people, but at least I'd feel okay in my own conscience. And that's the thing here. It's my conscience that we're talking about and not yours, okay? If something bad happens at one of our parishes, it's not your name that's showing up in the paper, all right? It's my name that's showing up in the paper. So to everybody pushing me to reopen, and I'm happy that some people who were initially really doing that, they've changed their tune a little bit, and I'm happy about that. But for people pressuring their priest, not even me, to reopen, you aren't the people who are going to have to live with the consequences of this. All right, trust me. I've thought about this a lot, And my conscience is pretty well made up on this point. All right? We're not going to rush. Don't ask me to violate my conscience on this. We're going to do a thorough job. And it's a lot of work to be thorough. All right? Just ask other business owners in this town, people of other organizations who are trying to get their sphere of this community up and running. Okay? There is so much to do. Some directives in place when we resume public mass, they're going to seem extreme to a lot of people, and they won't be popular. When our plan is finished, and again, just writing the plan is going to take a while, but executing that plan is also going to be very significant. But when it's finished, which will be next week sometime, we'll publish it so you know what will be expected of you, should you decide to attend, and what you can expect from me and from other parishioners. Now, of course, that's just the safety issues here. All right? The safety issues are a ton of work in and of themselves, but we also need to do our best to make this a prayerful and joyful experience. And some of these safety measures, they're going to conflict with prayer, okay? Not being able to sing, for example, is going to be weird. And for those wondering, we knew that was going to be a part of it for several weeks now, okay? I knew that singing, congregational singing, okay, the people in the pews singing, I knew that wasn't going to be allowed long before the governor said anything about it. So no, the governor's not controlling us here, okay? But having a prayerful mass with these restrictions, it isn't going to be super easy. Other duties aside from safety and actually planning and executing liturgy include deciding who's going to even be able to attend Mass in the first place and how often they will be able to attend Mass. All right? We will also need to make sure that we're able to live stream our Masses. So that's more work. Figuring out the equipment to buy, and don't worry, this is already well underway. We just thought we were going to have more time. But again, getting the equipment, setting the equipment up, learning how to use the equipment, training volunteers to use the equipment, getting internet into our church buildings, getting people trained to execute all this stuff again, to use the cameras, to use the technology. It's going to take time. And on top of that, guess what? There's still all our regular stuff going on. Administrative tasks, okay? Our administrator doing payroll, HR, our staff members calling people, okay? I'm doing youth group twice a week via Zoom. We've had other faith formation stuff going on. We still have sick calls. We still have people making appointments for confessions. We have people making appointments because their lives are really, really difficult right now. All right? We have people under, the usual stuff people have. People needing assistance. People needing help paying their rent and things of that. All those calls are still coming in. In fact, they're coming in even more. So again, it's a lot of work. Please be patient. Please be patient. Being a YouTube star has been fun for the last couple weeks, but my time's going to have to be directed towards resuming public mass right now. So don't expect nearly as much content from me. Yeah, we'll still try to update you and touch base, because I know that for some of you who are perhaps not going to be able to return to Mass for various reasons, this is your connection to the parish. And so I don't want to leave you in the dust, but yeah, we're probably not going to bust out as much content as we have been. But we'll be back. Okay, it just might be a couple weeks or two, with certainly maybe just a couple posts a week. Okay. In the meantime, please keep being positive. All right. Keep growing in faith. When I've kind of knocked on people complaining, it isn't always you guys. All right. It's sometimes, parishioners of mine, or not parishioners of mine, the opposite actually. Parishioners of other priests that I know, when we call each other on the phone and guys are like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe the complaints. Okay? Complaints to other priests and other parishes, they're getting to us all too. Okay? I'm actually really proud of you all. Most of the parishioners have been incredibly supportive. Trust me, not every priest is as lucky as I am. All right? Not every priest is as lucky as I am. Yeah, I've gotten my letters. Just got one today, actually, from a person very impatient, telling me I'm sinning mortally every day because our parishes are closed or whatever. But it's not just that person. I see comments on Facebook for other parishes. I hear what other priests are dealing with, not even just in this archdiocese. I got priest friends in LA, priest friends in Orange, priest friends all over the place, okay? So if I ever seem, a little distracted by that, yeah, it's not just you guys. Not just you guys. Could have said that better. It's really not you guys at all. I love you, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you all again. This has been a time of growth for me. I think it can be a time of growth for you as well. Thank you all so much. Stay tuned for more info about our plans to reopen next week sometime. God bless.